I have to be an iconic player. I think all that came in with the whole package, something like me. But I kind of was, criticized since young age. I looked different. I never knew that Chinky. I always thought calling Chinky was very in a fun way. Reason why I made my own academy today is, I'll tell you, is because I get a lot of requests from a lot of juniors saying that we are not even motivated to play past 3, 4 years now, and she doesn't want to come back. I'm in the selection committee, and she doesn't want to come back to India.
Hello and welcome to SK Live again. I'm your host Prasen Maudgal. Thanks a lot for tuning in today. And today's guest is someone very special, someone who's known very well in the badminton fraternity, Jwala Gutta. Jwala Gutta has played 2 editions of the Olympics for India in the 2012 and the 2016 edition. She's also won multiple medals for the country from the Commonwealth Games, Asian Games, the World Championships, and multiple other tournaments. And we have the privilege of talking to her today. Thank you so much for accepting the offer. It's an honor to be speaking to you.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you for having me.
yeah. First things first, ma'am, how's the athlete in you keeping you active in this lockdown period? How hard is it for you to actually be active?
I think all the athletes will resonate with me that this is the best time to be doing what we want. And, we've had such a hectic lifestyle, traveling
Yeah.
here and there. So I'm
Yeah.
sure all the athletes are enjoying their time at home. I'm
Okay.
I'm 100% sure.
Okay. And are you doing anything innovative to actually keep yourself fit? You're obviously cooking and doing and spending some quality time with family. So what are some things that are keeping you really occupied in this lockdown period?
I'm watching. Well, I always used to. I was a movie buff, so I always used to watch a lot of TV and or phone. But
Okay.
yeah, doing a little bit of cooking, training also. Trying to
Yeah.
keep fit.
Mhm.
Because when I don't, train, the whole body starts hurting actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something what I've been experiencing. Lazing too much is also not good. So trying to train a bit, and yeah, I'm just trying to.
Mhm.
I watch a lot of news, so I do
Okay.
that.
That's
Current
nice. Okay.
issues,
Yeah.
and yeah, sleeping a
I
lot,
think
more
all of us
than
do that as well.
yeah, more than 10 hours.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't think I get to complain really. I think there are a lot of more people suffering and going through a lot more than me. So I have no complaints whatsoever. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, ma'am, actually, obviously, having played for almost close to 2 decades, you've had a
Hmm.
stellar career so far, right? From the late
Hmm.
1990s when you started to all the way up till now. You've enjoyed
Hmm.
some great matches and you've had some great performances. How do you
Yeah.
look back at all these years? When you start off in 1990, did you feel that you'd be at the stage right now as one of India's biggest iconic players in terms of badminton?
I never had that kind of an aim, that, I have to be an iconic player. I think all that came in with the whole package. My
Mm,
only focus was to win, keep winning whenever I was on court.
yeah.
And I had long-term goal obviously was the Olympics, but I had all these, I practice to live in present, even today now I'm not really wondering what's going to happen to our future, this pandemic is changing. I'm just trying to live in the present age. I never really took pressures of, being the icon and, being the national champion or international champion. For me, every day was important and I lived as it came. That's it, you know. I don't really take pressures that way.
Okay, okay. But of
Hmm.
course, I think one of your most iconic years was in 2015 when you broke into the top 10 in both the categories, the women's doubles and the mixed doubles. So, do you look back and would it be right if I say that that is one of your most successful years in terms of your career?
I think my success started in 2008, but
Okay.
sadly, the doubles event of it was never covered in a big way. In
Yeah.
2008, Diju and me, and Shruti and me, we won quite a lot of tournaments like
Mm.
Bulgarian Open. Those were big tournaments then. I won double titles in one tournament, which was huge, which nobody else has ever done.
Yeah.
I won doubles and mixed doubles. I won Bitburger Open. In 2009, Diju and me broke into top 10. Nobody realizes that because doubles started getting the kind of a little importance only after 2010 Commonwealth Games, which happened in Delhi. But I think I've had a lot of wins. 2009, Diju and me won the Chinese Taipei Open, which was one of the biggest tournaments, is still the biggest tournament for, for the world badminton.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So, speaking about your stint as captain in the IPL, I know that there was a lot of controversy from the auction, and then there was a lot
Hmm.
of controversy during the season as well. But how did you really, sort of come through those challenges and come through those hurdles to actually lead the team? And how was that experience of leading the Delhi Smashers in the IPL?
See, what happened, I don't know if you know this, we signed a bond before the IBL started.
Mm,
That our auction, we were the icon players, and the auction would start from a certain price range. Like I think it was 50,000 or something like that. 50,000?
yeah,
I don't know if it was 50,000, $50,000 or something like that.
yeah.
Okay. And then suddenly on the day of auction, you come to know
Mm,
they have reduced our price. Without even
mm,
informing me, we come to know through media. Our own
yeah.
family, I feel badminton association with players, everybody, we're all one family. And when you
Hmm.
come to know something like this, you call us icon players for one reason, And when you come to
Yeah.
know something like this, that they've slashed your price through media, that first thing was very shocking. I thought it was
Yeah.
very unprofessional. Even then, I did not say anything because the president called me after and
Hmm.
requested me and said that, Jwala, because this is the first IBL, we would like you to adjust. And that's what I did. I did not say anything. I said, okay, no problem. Because everybody is trying to promote the game, even we are trying to
Yeah.
promote the game. And it's okay. You get a little less money, that's fine, as long as, the we thought that it was our home game, and we wanted it to be as successful as any other league. So
Hmm.
and then already, IPL was already doing really well, and uh, it was always talked about. We wanted badminton also to be talked about like that, being a badminton player. And
Hmm.
then I was called to captain the team, and I captained the team. And one certain match, what happened in Bangalore, we were playing, and suddenly we see that there was a lot of halla gulla happening at the opposition.
Yeah.
And suddenly I see there's a new player, there's a new foreign player, Jan Jorgensen, right? The
Yeah.
Danish
Yeah.
player. He was sitting there, and we had not been intimated about it. And
Hmm.
we were like, then I asked my manager, then I asked my owners, were they informed about this change? They said
Hmm.
nobody was informed.
Hmm.
And we had Rashid Siddique as our coach. And he was like,
Yeah.
how is this happening? Rashid Siddique is another legend, and he was like, how's this happening? Because of the language thing, I went ahead and I went to the organizer, and then the chief referee was Girish Natu, and he
Hmm.
was coming around to all the places saying that, you cannot whistle. He was giving all these rules that you cannot stand in your dugout, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. And then I just
Yeah. I think it's back now. I think we
Yeah,
just lost you
yeah,
for a bit there.
yeah.
It's back. Yeah.
So then I asked, how is this being allowed? And I was the captain of the team. I
Yeah.
had to lead it, you know.
Yeah.
Then they said, no, 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 it's being allowed and it's some special permission. I said, doesn't matter. What's wrong is wrong. And then
Yeah.
I had to call my owners, and we all got together. We protested against it. We wrote it first, and the
Hmm.
owner said, Jwala, you will not get onto the court till we tell you to. Okay. I obviously had to listen to my owner. And
Yeah.
the owner and the BI president were in talks, and they said, no, no, meanwhile, you start playing. But the owner said, no, you are not getting onto the court, and
Yeah.
that's how that 30-minute delay. And somehow what I heard is then Gopi called Sai Praneeth, who was in our team, and
Hmm.
Sai just got onto court without our permission, without again informing us. Again, that was
Mm.
another thing, which the owners did not like about the particular player. And all this jazz was happening, and and I just had to stay put because of the instructions from my owner. And then somehow, they thought that this is probably, they had to blame somebody. There was a 30-minute delay in the relay of the uh, you know of the match, that
Yeah.
particular match, Bangalore versus Delhi, and they somehow couldn't blame the owners because they were very powerful. So
Hmm.
they had to blame me, and they wanted to ban me over this,
Yeah.
which
I think
was
there was a 1 year ban, and that was what I mean. There was a life ban
no,
that was
no,
imposed on you,
no,
and
no, no, no. They couldn't ban me. They did not
yeah.
ban me. They very wrongfully started
Okay.
withdrawing my entries from international tournament.
Okay.
And the chief coach, as usual, was not informing me of it. Again, which was his responsibility. And he knew what
Yeah.
was happening. I called him. See, no, I did not want to fight. I did not want to go to court. What they wanted was an apology letter from me. But I
Hmm.
said, why should I apologize when I have not done anything? You can ask the apology letter from the owners because they stopped the match, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just wanted to target me. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's the only thing which was in their mind at that time.
Now, I think unfortunately, sports has been shrouded by quite a lot of politics, but that just comes with any game, perhaps. But speaking about, I think off late, badminton has really had a strong representation from South Indian states, I guess. There's been very little representation from the north. Do you see
South,
any
no,
trend?
let's not talk about South India. We can narrow it down. You can say Telangana or Hyderabad.
Oh, yeah, I mean, most of them are from there, but is there, I mean, I want to know, like, do you feel that there's a certain reason I mean, is there politics behind it? What is the real reason why that is happening?
See, when what happens when the private academy becomes a national center, okay, and then the head of the academy becomes the chief coach, chief selector. He's the secretary of Telangana Association. He's the president of Rangareddy District Association, and then
Hmm.
he's in top scheme advisory board. Then he's this, he's that, he's everything. Obviously, whoever is in front of him or in his academy, he'll promote his students only, right?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's happening. You tell me one Indian badminton player, I think except for Ashwini, I think Ashwini has still not joined the academy, but nobody else belongs to any other academy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
I,
blatantly happening, and nobody's, I don't know. It's very funny that the journalist and the media is keeping quiet about it.
hmm. And did you feel this applies to the very young players as well? Because I mean, I think one most recent incident that happened was when Vaishnavi was replaced by Gayatri Gopichand, and she was actually taken into the national squad. So speaking about all this, I think all of us know where we're getting. But do you feel that this is actually one thing which is actually putting the youngsters to a place wherein they can't really come up and their talent can't shine,
See,
and the players who
see,
actually need to get a chance are not getting a chance?
See, we don't realize that we live in a country where to take up sports as a profession itself is the bravest thing you can do. You know,
Yeah,
forget being national champion, forget being state champion. To take up sports full time is takes a lot of courage. It takes a
yeah.
lot for a family to decide that, okay, my son or my daughter is going to do sports as, take up sports as a career. Then
Hmm.
after that, when you hear such things happening, I already get a lot of feedback. You know, the reason why I made my own academy today is, I'll tell you, is because I get a lot of requests from a lot of juniors saying that we are not even motivated to play, to even give our full at the national level, is because we know that in the end, even if we win this tournament, will not be considered unless and until we join this certain academy, you
Yeah.
know. And then now, of course, now the blood is involved, you know. And now you see Vaishnavi, I heard about her case. She left the country because
Okay.
of this. She's playing in Thailand now. She practices in Thailand, and for past 3 4 years now, and she doesn't want to come back. I'm in the selection committee, and she doesn't want to come back to India. Why are
Hmm.
we doing this? Why are we making this kind of a, where sports, sports is supposed to be at the highest. You use sportsmanship kind of terms every now and then. We understand what is sports. Sports takes a lot of pride, a lot of hard work, you know, a lot of dedication. There's so
Yeah.
much more to sports, but then you're making the whole environment in such a way that you're driving away players, your own talent from the country.
Yeah.
It's very sad, and it can be avoided.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
imagine a 13-year-old girl experiencing something like that in her life, how bitter you're making her. You're making her bitter against your own people, your own society. you know
Mhm.
so my only uh and media should highlight these kind of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when media also keeps quiet about it is when then normal people start losing hope. This is what I feel, because somehow our society is made for the powerful ones, for the influenced ones. And the only hope what the common man can get is through people like me, or who says it as it is, or through media today.
Yeah.
Media
Yeah.
plays a huge role, and we have to do that for children like Vaishnavi.